Welcome to the Neuromodulation podcast, presented to you by the International Neuromodulation Society. Dive into the forefront of today's emerging neuromodulation techniques, insights, and ethical and clinical applications. Subscribe now to join the multidisciplinary collaboration of medical care providers, scientists, and engineers who are part of the global conversation that's shaping the future of healthcare.
This is Shruti Agashe for the journal Neuromodulation Technology at the Neural Interface. It is my utmost pleasure to welcome Dr. Alexios Carayannopoulos. He is the chief of the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation at Rhode Island Hospital and Newport Hospital, as well as Brown Health Medical Group. Carayannopoulos is a full professor of neurosurgery, neurology, a clinical educator at the Warren Alpert Medical School at Brown University. He's the president of the American Association of Osteopathic Examiners and chair of multiple committees within the American Society of Regional Anesthesia and Pain Medicine, American Academy of PM&R, North American Neuromodulation Society, and International Neuromodulation Society. He's extensively published on multiple topics, including neuromodulation, specifically spinal cord stimulation, chronic pain. And he is the section editor for spine, spasticity, and movement disorders for the journal. Again, welcome, and thank you for agreeing to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's our pleasure. And this section is really meant to be for authors, for researchers who are planning to submit to the journal or are considering submission to the journal. And so we always love to know a little bit about the section editors and if they have any pieces of advice that they would like to share with folks who are in the process of doing their research and preparing manuscripts. So I'd like to jump right into it, especially with your extensive background in neuromodulation and how the field is going. What do you think is the role of personalized medicine in neuromodulation?
It's a great question, and I think it's a very important question given the state of our neuromodulation treatment paradigm. We've come a long way, but there's still a lot of opportunity to grow the field. And I think personalization or customization of neuromodulation can really individualize the treatments based on genetic, environmental, lifestyle factors that can really increase the efficacy of what we're seeing in the neuromodulation space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. And in general, in all aspects of neuromodulation, including pain, and I specifically deal with epilepsy. So all fields that neuromodulation or all conditions that it's trying to target, I think there is scope for personalization. Very well put. We would love to know if there were any significant milestones or turning points in your career that significantly enhanced research or clinical direction, if you have anything to share with our audience.
Sure. I think the most important influence has been in mentorship, and mentorship in my own professional history has come in the form of structured mentorship programs that I've gone on to create and advance, as well as personal friendships and professional friendships through people that I've worked with. So I think leading by example really makes a difference. But in terms of specific examples, I think securing major research funding, being part of study groups or a study in and of itself that's published influential results, which have developed new treatment protocols. I think those have been very impactful for me. Leadership positions within multiple national and international societies have given me the opportunity to get to know people and to have an exchange of ideas. And last year, I was awarded a Teaching Excellence Award at Brown University from the dean. And I think that was a very important internal motivator for me that helped me to realize that what we do in academic medicine can really make a difference.
Wow, that's amazing. And thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. Being involved with the community, forming these sort of close ties, and at the same time, all these milestones, they just can play such an important role and such major turning points almost in your career. So thank you for sharing that. The other question I had is, do you have anything that you would like to share with authors who are considering submission of their work to neuromodulation? Any tips, anything, any wise words that you'd like to share with them?
Well, first off, I thank you in advance, meaning our readership, for helping to promote the journal to where its current status and its impact factor, which has grown significantly over the years. It makes the work of a section editor much more gratifying to be receiving such important and influential potential publications for the journal. I think when submitting to any journal, I think the most important thing is focusing on thorough research and originality of thought, which often means having just a very clearly defined hypothesis and objectives, using methodologic rigor, having detailed data analysis in the study, having a very concise and impactful abstract to catch the reader who might be glancing either online or in the actual physical journal. And really important that you come to the table before you submit by having a really thorough literature review and understanding the science, what's been out there, understanding the impact and relevance of your idea or your hypothesis to our journal or any journal you submit to. And finally, small things such as attention to detail, grammar, spelling, syntax. Those are all very important when an editor who these are evidence-based, peer-reviewed submissions. And my job is to assign these potential publications to other volunteer readers or editors who are going to go through your submission with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that it's concise, it's precise, it's well written. So if you come to the table with those things already established, then we can really talk about the science in the paper.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Reproducible, reliable, attention to detail, all those very important points. We really appreciate your time, and I'm sure this will be very useful to authors who are potentially planning to submit to the journal.
And that's all for today's mini-sode. If you'd like to help build awareness of neuromodulation, take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe to the show. Thanks for joining us today.